In this video, we look at how to manage and recover files. Let's get started. We previously looked at saving your file, then saving incrementally. This can help avoid losing large amounts of work. That is, once you remember to save regularly. Sometimes crashes are inevitable or even accidental closes without saving, especially after hours of work. These moments, the next two features can truly save your project. They stand out as valuable functionalities within Blender and are worth taking note. The first feature comes into play if you quit Blender inadvertently without saving. There is a way to recover the last closed file immediately. To do that, come to File and down here to Recover. Then use Recover Last Session. This action will promptly reopen the last quit Blend file. This feature could very well be the difference between losing your hard work and recovering it intact. The second feature becomes relevant when Blender crashes or shuts down unexpectedly. In that case, you are relying on the autosave option. Autosaves are essentially blend files stored in a temporary folder on your system. Blender will create this temporary folder on its own unless you specify one in Preferences, a topic we covered earlier and will revisit shortly. The autosave feature is set to automatically preserve your blend file every 2 minutes by default. Moreover, you have control over this autosave duration from within Preferences. Let's explore this further by clicking Autosave. This opens into the temp folder and the previous autosaved blend files are listed. The file path is conveniently visible at the top. Also, the time and date stamps associated with each file serve as helpful reference when identifying the file you need. If you double click on any of these files, they will open up. We can cancel this and come back to Blender. Let's investigate where to adjust the autosave duration and where to define the temporary folder's location. Press F4 to open Preferences. We can open the Save and Load tab. By default, the autosave feature is active. Blender will save the blend file based on the frequency value displayed, ranging from 1 to 60-minute intervals. With it set to 2, Blender will automatically save the file you're working on every 2 minutes. One caveat, however, is sculpt and edit mode data are not included in these saves. The recent file value we looked at in an earlier video and sets the number of recent files available to you from the file menu. This can be as high as 30, but for me, keeping it below 20 is always a challenge. Related to the first feature is where you accidentally close Blender. A save prompt will ask you for confirmation, a handy safety measure. Therefore, it's wise to keep this enabled. Additionally, you have the ability to save multiple backup copies of the blend file when performing manual saves. The default is 1, but sometimes more is better. Adjust the value below here to either increase or decrease that number. To designate the location of the temp folder, open the File Paths tab. You have the flexibility to set the location for the temp folder or simply adhere to the default location that Blender refers to. Typically, it's convenient to stick with the default, unless a specific location is needed. So the next time Blender closes unexpectedly, check the temp folder before you panic. Really great feature, particularly for those rare occasions when Blender crashes. At this point, we can close Preferences.